The tornado hit the city of 28,000 just after 4:30 in the afternoon. It didn't last long, but when it was all over, 33 people were dead, 1,200 homes were reduced to rubble, and 180 businesses were destroyed. Those who survived, thank God, they were alive. For many, it has been a long, hard struggle, but the spirit of Xenia to rebuild continues. Xenia is taking on a new look, but the old memory still lingers, especially when the residents look skyward and see dark clouds gathering in the distance. Ed Ross, Eyewitness News. At 4:40 on the afternoon of April the 3rd, 1974, a tornado ripped through Xenia, Ohio. For the city's 28,000 residents, it was a living nightmare. The nation watched and listened to learn the full impact of what was called one of the worst tornadoes of all time. 33 people were killed, 1,200 homes were reduced to rubble, and 180 businesses were destroyed. Those whose homes and businesses were ravaged by the twister tried desperately to pull themselves together to begin the long, hard struggle to start all over again. And start over again they did. Now, most of the homes hit by the twister have been either totally rebuilt or repaired. The one negative aspect of the rebuilding effort centers around the downtown area.
The biggest disappointment is the fact that the downtown business area has not been redeveloped. We had a developer team selected, and that first proposal did not work out, and so last summer the entire process was reinitiated. And we're just now at the point of attempting to get merchants to locate in the mall, and that plan is just now being worked out.
Much has been done here in Xenia, but there's much yet to be done. The people here have come to realize that the financial realities of the situation don't necessarily match their dreams. Ed Ross, Eyewitness News, Xenia, Ohio.
One of the hardest hit areas was the Arrowhead housing development. The homes in the area have been rebuilt or repaired, and the subdivision today looks neat and well kept. One of the homes flattened by the twister was that of Mrs. Janice Perry. Like more than 1,200 residents who had their homes ravaged by the twister, it has been a long struggle to get back to what most would consider a normal life.
As far as I'm concerned, I think it took us about 6 to 8 months to get back to normal, because after the tornado, we had no house and no neighbors around here had any place for us to stay in for a while. So we could see that the whole area was destroyed, and so we went to my parents to stay, and after a day or two we decided we better find an apartment or someplace to live. So it took about 30 days to get an apartment with all the people that didn't have any place to live. But essentially it took us about 8 months for pieces to fall back into place after the first about February.
Would you say you're back to normal now?
I'd say so.
Mrs. Perry's neighbor, Mrs. William Brooks, says on days like today, when it's cloudy and overcast, she is especially nervous.
We're very nervous on days like today because of the tornado. It destroyed our home. We were all saved, but we keep the windows open and the doors cracked, and we listen for those sirens. It's a very nervous situation from April to October. It really is. It really is.
There are many grim reminders of the tornado here in Xenia. Doug Mick had his home destroyed, but his bicycle was not. Oh, he says he has a new one now, but he still likes to ride his old one, even though it does remind him of the tornado 3 years ago. Ed Ross, Eyewitness News, Xenia, Ohio.